Fantasy IX is making its way to your personal computer, onto Steam, onto Android, onto the iOS platform. We are getting a major re-release of the last 32-bit generation Final Fantasy game. We're talking a game that came out 15 years ago, going on into 16 years this year. This is a major moment, a major milestone, because, I mean, this was exclusive to the PlayStation 1 for the longest time outside of a PS7 re-release, but we didn't see a PC release for this whatsoever. 7 got one, 8 got one, 9, that got glossed over, and a lot of people had wondered why. I mean, this was a title that had all sorts of hype built up around it, because they were telling people, this is going to be a throwback to the original Final Fantasies. This is going to be all fantasy-based, because from 6 going forward, we were seeing a lot of steampunk, futuristic, more modern-day settings. And now this was going to go back to the crystals, back into the big-time fantasy worlds. They're going to have something that was more akin to the class system, you know, without actually calling them like, you know, Dragoon and Black Mage and all the other shit. But we had characters that fit those molds and those archetypes, and that was really badass. And this game was pushing the PlayStation 1's limits, and it was fantastic. It was an absolutely fantastic adventure. Lots of people go and debate and argue which is their favorite Final Fantasy and all this other shit. And I'm just like, well, I like all of them. I'm fucking crazy, except for 13. I don't like 13. I'm just fucking cucky. And yes, but I will say this about 13. The sequels are actually a lot better than the original one. I just can't get into it. But anyway, so back on point. Final Fantasy IX is getting a re-release. Now, I checked out screenshots of this and all sorts of other information while I was on Steam, and again, was just excited because I could go and add this to my Steam catalog, along with a bunch of other games that I'm still trying to go and play through, because damn it, that happens all the time. I think there's a lot of other Steam users out there that can feel the same exact pain as me, that you go and you got a game, and then you got a whole bunch of other ones, because them Steam sales. But Final Fantasy IX's being put on there along with plenty of other Square Enix offerings. And if you know Squeenix has been re-releasing tons of shit onto PC, and they've also been doing damn near simultaneous releases across PC and console, as well as like handheld and a bunch of other shit. But I like this a lot. You know, I saw the upped resolution of the 3D character models, and they looked really good. They said that the CG cutscenes are also going to be amped up to a higher resolution. Though there was one thing that bothered me, and this irked me quite a bit. I was talking to Shane from Reres, and he had brought up these images, and it had shown, side by side, the original resolution background images, the actual static backgrounds that they use, because it's all pre-rendered backgrounds back on those games. They were much larger and a lot more vivid and a lot more clear, because naturally, bigger fucking resolution, what the hell do you think is going to happen? But everything was scaled down for the PlayStation 1 release, obviously, because the PlayStation 1 wasn't capable of handling anything like that, let alone outputting in something higher. But this re-release is nothing but an emulated version of the PlayStation 1 counterpart, rather than them going in and taking the actual assets, the higher resolution assets that they should be applying to it, and this was just a quick bang, boom, you're fucking done, changes on a nightstand, get the fuck out, you know, maybe wipe your chin off, but that, I find that to be so fucking lazy. It's not that arduous of a task to go and say, hey, why don't you go and just put in the little bit of extra elbow grease and get this done properly, but they're not doing something like that. I just find that to be incredibly dumb. But I am hoping, that maybe PC modders out there might be able to go in and do something about that, potentially, maybe. I know that on the NeoGAF forum, there was a whole bunch of images going and showcasing this, so maybe, who the fuck knows? Fingers crossed, though, because, well, the modding community is there for a reason to help with stuff like this, for anybody that has the technical know-how to get such a thing done. But, back on point to Final Fantasy IX, this, again, is a big-ass deal. I remember that when I was hyped up for this, I mean, I was just like, holy fuck, this is going to be so cool. You know, we're getting another Final Fantasy on the PlayStation 1. And, you know, we had the PlayStation 2 looming in the distance. We have next generation coming up. I had my Dreamcast, my PlayStation 1, my Nintendo 64. I still lacked a Sega Saturn in the year 2000, which is a major fucking power frown. But I got one a couple years later, so it didn't matter. But was just so fucking stoked for it, because it was like, yeah, this will be really bad. Seeing the summons, for example, that was a major part of the game. It was just like, oh my god, seeing Alexander for the first time, seeing Bahamut, seeing Odin was just like, dude, everything's so fucking cool. that was one of the things, I thought that was a major highlight of it. You know, I remember the first time I got to see all the characters grouped up in battle. It was like, holy shit, wait, is there 4 people on screen? What? You know, and that was something that we got to see in past games, that there would be 4 characters, but then slowly it became 3 characters. And there was one, God, which Final Fantasy was it? It had 5 characters in it. I cannot remember. I want to say it was Final Fantasy V, maybe, possibly, or was it Final Fantasy IV? Nah, can't fucking remember. Sorry, for the life of me, can't remember. But I thought it was kind of cool that we were seeing that, again, another throwback to the older style of games. And this whole entire game is something that I haven't played through in years, and now I'm excited about playing back through it all over again. And I'm hoping, again, fingers fucking crossed, I'm crossing all sorts of things here. I'll go and cross my arms and cross my fingers at the same time. Hoping that we'll see a release of this on consoles. I mean, if they're willing to go and do this, let's see it on Wii U, let's see it on Xbox One, let's see it on PlayStation 4. PlayStation 4 being the most obvious candidate of the bunch, just considering that that is the PlayStation platform out of the big fucking trifecta of the big 3 when it comes to the console scene. And I just want to see people reinvested into these older titles, because I still feel that they hold up well, mainly because the storylines. The storylines are one of the reasons why they're so fucking good. I mean, you took a character like VIII, who really didn't have any fucking dialogue, but he was so fucking adorable and cute. And his story was like one of the most impactful to me. You know, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, but what about like the likes of Kuja? I'm like, I'm more of a Kafka guy whenever it comes to Final Fantasy mainstay villains. Kafka and Sephiroth, sorry, just about them. But Kuja was actually scripted as a good villain, but aesthetically, I hated the way that he looked. He had the fucking whale tail thong looking thing sticking out, and it was just, I don't know. I didn't like the way that he looked visually, just, it bothered the living fuck out of me. But I liked the combat in the game, because it was, I did not like the draw system from Final Fantasy VIII, so this went back to a much more tried and true, just back and forth kind of system. That's all I really wanted. I thought that was cool. It also had some of the better mini games of all the Final Fantasies. So that was something else that was like, okay, that's pretty bad. Final Fantasy VIII had some good ones. FF7, I still say, is the fucking creme de la creme when it comes to mini games within the Final Fantasy series. Hell, even in role-playing games in general, but Final Fantasy IX does a damn good job of it. And I know that there's a lot of folks out there who have never had the opportunity to go and play through the game. And I know there's a lot, again, we go back to the whole polarizing, well, this is my Final Fantasy, this is my favorite, no, this is my favorite, no, this one's better. Who the fuck cares? You're all arguing about a series that you all like mutually. You're all gamers to begin with. Then you all like the same exact series, and now you're just sitting there fucking having a dick measuring contest over which one you think is better than the other. Who the fuck cares? You have characters like Queen with a big fucking tongue sticking out, and is one of the most horrifying looking characters, and looks like that one Pokemon I can't remember the name of, but it's like that water type Pokemon, and it just, add a tongue to it, that's what it looks like. I'll have to edit it in if I can remember what the fuck the name of it is, but Queen was like one of the most bizarre fucking characters. And Garnet had like fanboys all over the world. I did not like the whole, when she had short hair, did not like it. Just give me long hair, but much fucking better. Just damn. And hell, what was it, just like a year or two ago, people had found out like some secrets in it that nobody knew about? That shit was mind-blowing. I was like, dude, that's fucking badass. So we're getting a re-release of it. The question is out there, are you interested in it? Did you play the original at all? And if you did you like it a whole bunch? Are you interested in exploring all of this stuff all over again? Granted, they might not be adding in any new storylines or any new characters or anything like that, but do you want to go and reinvest yourself back into this world all over again? Either way, this is AlphaOmegaSin, as always, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers game the fuck on.